What up, guys? Good evening, everyone. I haven't smoked my doinks yet, so this is gonna be your all loading screen until for a few minutes. We're at 13,000 gold. The goal is to make big dollars so that I can buy more cards with fictional money, fictional game money, not real money. Cause fuck you, Magic the Gathering. What's up, brother? OG GNU? Thanks, man. Excited for the stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate all forms of watch time for the YouTube overlords. The YouTube overlords always are like watch time based. No watch time. Cringe. You know, I always do feel bad for the people that live in very restrictive countries. It's kind of crazy. I really need to do you know, people are like, check your privilege. I'd be like, I need to check my freedom. Like, I can literally feel like I smoke weed legally. Federally, it's still legal, which is kind of crazy, but my state can't do shit about it. But it's weird. Like, states have like a limit, though. Like, they have a limit of what you can grow and what you can carry. It's kind of weird. Like, you can only have an ounce on you, sir. Okay, what if I take the ounce, drop it off at home, and then pick up an ounce, and then go back? Like, me just transporting it? What's up, Billy? People be like, or like, what if my homie, like, what if I carry an ounce and my friend carries 2 ounces? Like, what if the legal limit's like 3 ounces? I carry 2 ounces. He carries 2 ounces. We're going the same place. Like, the limit of carry is just, I don't know, it's just weird. There's what if you and 4 friends and all of you have 2 ounces on you? Did you just break the law? Because you're all in the same vehicle? That's the real question. Sometimes, like, law, like, the extra steps for laws just do not make sense. Which is, it's kind of funny too. On how they label it. Like personal ounce. I don't know. I wonder if that's for alcohol too. Like, is there a legal amount of alcohol you can ride with? No. Oh. It is. There are states. Oh, this person hasn't played a single fucking thing. I very rarely smoke too. I can do more if I want, but it makes me very dizzy. But I'm lucky because my friends have access. Otherwise, it would be a gulag type risk for me. Is it illegal in your country? Me just makes me tired. It makes me chill. Well, this is controversial. All weed does the same for me, but I was listening to something quite recently. I gotta do this one. All weed's the same. There's actually study after study and etc. All weed's the same. Yes, not legal. Oh. That sucks. But I found out so some guy did a small correlation between sativa and indica, and I think there's no substantial difference between plants labeled as indica and those as labeled sativa automatically. Chemically, they're mainly the overlap between these two labels, indicating that the effects attribute might not be as distinct as previously thought. Moreover, experts argue that effects of cannabinoids are more influenced by the specific chemical compound of the individual strain rather than their broad categories as indica and sativa. The cannabinoid industry is increasingly moving away from solely on these terms and focusing on more specific chemical profile strains. Yeah, that sounds more like it's. Oh shit! All attack, yeah, man. Boom, 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 boom. All the damage. So it's interesting. I've always said this for a very long time, and it's kind of interesting. When I was younger, I used to smoke, and I'm like, all weed does the same thing to me. Like, it makes me slightly paranoid if I smoke too much. Damn. So I've always been on the fence of, like, I don't believe people when they say, I learned Temple S in Holy See, by the way. Is that where you've been? You disappeared so you could learn Holy See? That's awesome. Are you watching this video on Temple OS? That's the real question. But like, weed all does the same thing for me no matter what. Like, people think that I'm capping, or they're like, oh, you just haven't tried the quote unquote right strain, you need to try this. Well, first I say, like, hey, all weed gets me weed gets me paranoid if I smoke too much of it. Like, not a fun paranoia. Oh yeah, this guy's cooked. And then later on, oh, it's GG's if he doesn't have something. Watch on my phone, I'm sleepy right now. It's always good to be sleepy. Sleepy, wow, is this person dumb? Okay. So I'm like, all weed does the same to me. It makes me extremely tired, and if I smoke too much, it makes me super paranoid. And I don't like being super paranoid. I think different person to person. Yeah, I did Amsterdam grass too. It makes me vomit most of the times. It directly affects my stomach. Yeah, I mean, smoking weed's not for everyone. And it does. I think it is a person thing. Like, I'm like, weed makes me paranoid if I smoke too much of it. But if I smoke just the right amount before I go to bed, I sleep like a baby. And I prefer to smoke weed than drinking all the time. You know, maybe I just can't be sober, which is not a good thing. But it's better than me drinking at high amounts. And the thing is, it's I prefer it because I don't feel like shit in the next morning. I feel well rested, like very rested. I think weed is good. I can't read that. Igor. So sometime down the line, I quit for a very long time. I watched the entire first season of Last of Us Baked. It was awesome. Yeah, there are some things that I've watched, like rewatched on high. I'm like, this is great. This is funny. So weed's been legal in my state for a long time. which is awesome. And I never thought it would be legal in my lifetime. I mean, I think most people have just thought like this, though. They're like, it's never gonna be legal. Fuck. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. So I'm super happy it is. I mean, even when I stopped smoking like copious amounts, I actually was still pro weed. I think it should be legal. I think all drugs should be legal. I mean, that's my personal take, and most people still disagree with me for some insane reason for that. For whatever reason, they disagree with me. And their argument is, well, no, if if it's legal, then you're gonna start doing it. What a stupid mentality. I don't think when something becomes legal that it's an immediate people will start doing it. Like, I've never met anyone that doesn't want to smoke crack, smoke crack out of nowhere. They're like, crack's legal? Well, let me try it. Highly doubt it. I drank alcohol prior to when I was a minor because it sounded cool and it didn't sound like it was gonna I know what could crack will do to me. I think people, oh dude, I'm cooked. I know what crack would do to me. Not a crazy idea to figure out that it would be terrible to smoke crack. Ooh. Now, if it was legal growing up and they're like, crack isn't bad for you, it's just harmless, like they treat weed, then yeah, I'd probably smoke crack because it's harmless. I mean, that's what made me smoke weed. Like, that's what allowed me to smoke weed. It's relatively harmless. You can't, no one's OD'd on it. I mean, that is a slight thing in the back of your head that you acknowledge. And then the rest is like, oh, it makes things cool. Like, no one's ever sat me down and they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna listen to The Doors and smoke me some crack. Never. I don't think anyone's ever done that. If all drugs would be legalized, there would be a financial meltdown somewhere. No, I don't think there would be a meltdown. I think usage would go down, personally. I think it would allow businesses to then like get into the market of selling crack and shit, to legally, of course, or just government regulate it, make it legal for people to purchase. Just treat it like the fucking alcohol, tobacco, firearm shit. Just treat it like a business. You can only sell crack between 1 and 2. You have to get a license, whatever. I mean, I don't care. Regulate it, legalize it, make it make sense. Prostitution should be legal too. Figuratively, I've never understood why prostitution became illegal because I thought about it. Prostitution built pretty much Vegas and the West. Like, a lot of shit got built through prostitution. Oh, I'm cooked. But if I smoke weed slightly amount, I feel good. Like, if I hit just a small amount, I'm like, yeah, I'm chill. I'm chilling. Like, I know my spot. I'm like, yeah, this is it. But if meth and shit became legal, I wouldn't be like, let me go get some meth. And then the counter argument to it all the time is this alone. Oh man, they took away impact tremors. This fucking cuck. So I think I agree, definitely these should be legal. It's mostly an economic issue at risk, I would think, but could be done right too. I understand what you're saying on an economic risk. I mean, first off, you could just get rid of the DAA immediately. I think the DEA is the biggest waste of... The war on drugs was a absolute fucking shit show, but the DEA is the worst thing. They're really truly a waste of tax dollars. There's no purpose in them. Damn. There's not only no purpose to them. I get the financial meltdown part, I guess. I'd see where you're coming from. It would ruin a lot of businesses, maybe to a certain degree. I don't know. I mean, I don't see where it would. I don't know necessarily. I guess like I said, usage might go up. Maybe. I highly doubt it. I think it would be financially a good thing. I'm not promoting to go smoke crack and shit and meth and do heroin. They're objectively pretty bad drugs. Like, they have negative side effects to your life. I could understand that. Like, I can understand that. Like, smoking crack is probably not good. It's probably not making you a productive person. Neither is doing meth or heroin. But making it illegal isn't preventing you from doing it. You're just going to do it. You're going to do it regardless. So why not the Tony Potts 25-year-old hot fat chick manipulating 16-year-old high school student guys tells to sell them weed and messes up their whole life? They really are the worst. Yeah. Wait, who did that happen to? That's from Shameless, right? There's a Shameless did an episode on that. Like, the feds pretty much... And White Boy Rick. That happened to that guy, White Boy Rick. He was, like, approached by the federal government, told to sell drugs, and then they're like... He got caught, and they're like, we didn't know you did this. And he did, like, a lifetime in prison. He just got released. Like, in 2019. Which, to me, was fucking crazy, actually. Dave Chappelle told it. I heard it from him. Oh, Dave Chappelle. Oh, if that's true, if that's one of his, like... true stories, that's crazy. The thing is, the thing that sucks primarily about this is this does happen where, I mean, probably a lot less now because there's becoming more accountability and federal agents cops need to start wearing more. Ooh, I need to get rid of him. Are starting to actually have to wear body cam footage, which I think they should. If it is not interfering with investigation, I think pretty much all law enforcement should have to be monitored. They should have to be monitored. I hate to go that route, and I hate monitoring, but they need to be held accountable. Make them scared. That's my... Not, like, in fear of their life, but make them afraid to violate the law and your rights. And I think it's... I don't know if it's a younger generation, but I'm finding more younger generation to be like, yeah, law enforcement doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. Fuck them. Then again, remember, no one ever made a song that said, fuck the firemen. I'm gonna hold my ground. We have no body cam ever here. I believe it. This is purely an American thing because too many people were getting shot by the police. And people always bring up the statistic. They're like, more cops are murdered. And it's like, all right. That's... Damn it. Damn this guy. They're like, more policemen are murdered than civilians. It's like, well, for the civilians that are unarmed and where it is not needed to blast them into the the ground, where's the accountability there? Because it's pretty bad. And the thing is, like, I want the citizens in general to have trust in their government and have trust in their law enforcement agencies and policies, etc., etc. Like, truly, it's a nightmare. And it's worse in the countries that fuck it, we going out. Damn. Sacrificed for no reason. Oh my god, motherfucker. So, like, but I don't think that's gonna happen for a very, very long time. I mean, I can see why it makes sense that you wouldn't trust your government, but what are you gonna do? I do feel for the people that live, though, in super authoritarian countries. It's Phil is gonna clap my cheeks. Whoa. So it is kind of sometimes crazy when I think about it. I'm like, wow, I was born truly, man, I got convicted in child court at a high school. It sucked. I was only defending myself. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I wonder what school is like in different countries, like how they handle all that. I never really got into fights in high school. I got into like one, kind of. Sorta. And maybe I was just like, I looked like, maybe people just looked at me and they're like, I don't like want to fuck with him. I don't know. I was nice though. I was like nice in high school. I was kind of goofy. And I smoked a lot more weed than I do now. Like, oh, like copious amounts. So I'd go to school for a ride. I'm like, oh, this is not good. Especially this is when this was like dirt weed. This is dirt weed. Oh, damn. Let me think. I think I'm not saying like bullying didn't exist, but I think movies do overplay the bullying thing a little bit. Like, people weren't going. I mean, the most. Oh god, what a fucking cuck. The most thing that we did, like the worst I saw in high school is I saw one fight that was pretty bad. Not bad as in like someone got hurt bad. It was just kind of like, it was lame. It was a really lame fight. No way. I saw another one where a kid got the brakes beat up. He got his shit kicked in. That was pretty bad. But other than that, everyone was pretty chill. When I was out of the country, I witnessed a fight, kind of. I was sitting and eating a burger, a veggie burger, and holy shit, I was like looking across the street, and there was like two kids yelling at each other, and then there was more people, and it just started getting bigger and bigger. And they didn't even fight, I believe. It was kind of cringe, actually. I was like, if you guys are gonna just stand in front of each other yelling, just beat the shit out of each other. And like, I'm super glad it was like the restaurant next to where I was at. Just God, it looked uncomfortable, and everyone's looking out the window. And one person tried talking to me, and I didn't like that. I was very slim and physically structured, settled a little later than my peers, so I was being targeted by a lot of bullies, and they didn't know I was. Oh yeah, never let them know. Always be the surprise. I'm trying to think if there was anyone in high school. I didn't really fuck with people outside of like my friend group. I mean, the most I did in high school was wrestling. I did wrestling for a little bit. I tried. I was not good. I was okay, actually. It was the only thing I enjoyed. I'm not really a confrontational person like that, though. Like, internet, It's not even because, like, I'm behind a screen and I'm typing. It's just funnier. Like, when people get mad about shit over the internet, like, over, like... It's kind of funny. It's like, dude, you're just getting mad at pixels. Chill. I think I've read some shit. There's been times where I've read shit and I'm like, there's some times where I've read shit and I'm like angry for a minute. I'm like, what am I getting mad at? I don't even know this guy. Like, why am I getting heated right now? They're not even here. I do think some people say some retarded shit, and it's okay to say they're retarded, though. Like, yo, you dumb, bro. This is the dumbest thing I've read. Pepper spray man, no need to any fight. Ultimate aggression. Ender is literally pocket. Yeah, for real. Yeah. So I do like this idea that I think every man that sits on YouTube and like watches, like consumes a lot of red pill shit or just gooner content where they're like, they constantly think they're about to be in a battle, and they think like they start training and sparring, and they're like, they think of every combat move, and they're like, wow, victory, awesome. They're like I see red. I see red when I'm angry. Nothing can. They're lucky they're only seeing 1% of my anger. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Chill. Pepper spray could end you right now. I've been pepper sprayed. That shit's not fun. Not because of like something weird or anything. I would like me and my friends tased each other. And pepper sprayed each other just to be, because we saw Jackass and we're like, that does sound fun, and it was not fun. It was terrible. I remember the pain. It's very painful. Pepper spray can almost fucking drop any, unless you're like cracked out. Pepper spray literally could drop a lot of people. I think everyone should carry it. I don't know why it's geared towards women. Like, it's always I mean, I get it, but I think they should just be like, anyone. Pepper spray will fucking. You cannot fight when you have been pepper sprayed. Now the question is, how fast do you got to get to that shit and spray someone before they start getting at. I say, ooh, there's a really good video about this. There's a very good video about this, actually. Bro, about my mom pepper spray, too, for carrying her bag. It's almost temporary. Yeah. It's actually great. It's a great self-defense just to have. It's not expensive. What's that? Guy attacks black. It's like a guy attacks black guy in his own neighborhood. It's a famous video. It's this one.
It's an in-your-face confrontation between a white homeowner and a young black man walking through the neighborhood.
What is it you're doing here? Walking. Then walk. Let's go. Walk away.
Things escalate quickly.
There's a difference between...
I hope Inside Media Edition doesn't fucking deem CA striking.
You're the aggressor, buddy.
You're aggressing on their neighborhood.
Someone came running at
Walk back.
You better walk away. You walk away.
If he sounds like a drill sergeant, that's because he is. He's been identified as 42-year-old Jonathan Pentland, a U.S. Army drill sergeant at Fort Jackson in South Carolina.
You're in the wrong neighborhood. Get out. Get out. Where? Where's your house? What's your address?
Maybe we should walk you home.
Sherelle Johnson.
By the way, this isn't to be aggro or anything, but if a man shoved me, got that close to me, first off, I'm about to sound like one of those keyboard people, I swear. If this man got that close to me and he shoved me, I'm within my legal rights to use force. You are now in my dome. And it's not like I want to do that. Like there's no like sick fantasy. But you have not only physically touched me, you're literally in my shit. I would never. First off, I would never want anyone this close to me. And fuck this guy, by the way. Like genuinely, this guy's a fucking loser. He thinks he can go around and talk to people like that. I mean, the racial part is kind of weird. And if somebody asked for my address in my neighborhood because they didn't think I was allowed in their neighborhood, I would literally tell them to go fuck themselves. In my region, knife attacks are common in public, so people pepper sprays. Yeah. Always run. That's actually your best defense. I take it back. You were correct about something. You brought something to my attention. Your best defense is cardio. You should always run. Unless they have if they have a firearm, zigzag. Just say you're British, man. What is it? Average UK knife. Average UK knife. Oh man, I really want to watch these memes. Oh, knife, KNIFP, yeah. Wolfenstein London meme.
Was ist?
Yeah, by the way, knives, fucking scary. Really, I mean, really not much doing. Here's some of that knife, I think. No, knives are really scary. I'm not even kidding. Knives aren't something to fuck with. All these people watch these movies and they think knife defense is like, they think it's real because they watch a lot of movies. Billionaires Academy? What a weird name. Can we make fun of this? What kind of shit is this? This can't be real, guys, can it? If you want to learn how to make money online, we'll teach you the inside of the real world. What is this site? I don't want them logging my IP address. Conor McGregor, balloons. I hear Ireland does not like him, like his home country. They say he's kind of an ass. We'll teach you how to become a billionaire, guys. We'll teach you how to become a billionaire by making us a billionaire. Boxer shows up at Andrew Tate doorstep to fight Andrew Tate. Wow, this guy is glazing. Andrew Tate breaks silence on 3 physical altercations in Romania jail. This rant by Andrew Tate in the sauna will change your life. This is very weird. It's kind of gay, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Look, if you're a billionaire, you're not on YouTube. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying this out loud. If you're a billionaire, you're not chilling on YouTube making videos with 26K subs. You're out doing shit that billionaires. There's not even a billionaire out there. How many billionaires are there? I don't think there's that many. In the world. I think there's only 100 something. Oh, 3,000. Wow, that's more than... Wow, I look retarded. 3,000. There's 3,000 billionaires in the world. That's a lot. I thought there'd be way less. That's not... I mean, compared to... How about multimillionaires? There's probably a lot more. There's 23 million millionaires globally, making the record number driven. That's crazy. How about multimillionaires? How about 8 inches in thick? But wow, there's really 3,000 billionaires. I wonder how they're reaching that. Oh, net worth. I guess Elon Musk. Why is there only 10 people? Steve Ballmer? Really? That's crazy. Dude, fuck this guy. Microsoft, boo. But he's the reason Microsoft made their money. Without him. Whoa, he's from... Really? He's from Michigan? That's crazy. Co-founder of Ballmer Group. Oh, wow. He like joined... Who is the president of CS Sam's Club? That's crazy. I love that. If you want to see real hardcore alpha male shit, there are guys that go into mountain forest with GoPro, duct tape, and fishing line, do full records for a week of wilderness survival. I think that's a hardcore thing to do. Be cool. Yeah, I think going out in the woods and actually, kind of. I mean, you're going back to regular civilization, I guess. Like, it's cool. I actually think, yeah, people that do like mountain climbing and BMXing, that's pretty hardcore. I mean, that's all. Camping is, I don't know. Camping's kind of like a luxury to me. I don't like glamp or anything, but it's very nice. It's very nice to get away from the city. A German-born manager in the Ford Motor Company. Wow. That's crazy. I did not know Steve Ballmer is worth $1 billion. That's insane. Who the fuck is Ortega? Oh, he's the founder and former chairman of Index Fashion Group. Larry Page? Who the fuck's Larry Page? Oh, he's co-founded Google with Siri. Really? You never hear about these fucking guys. Wow, 50s. They're in their 50s. That's young. I used to watch Survivor Man a lot growing up. That was my shit. Bernard Arnault and family. He's a French businessman. Wow, imagine Elon Musk only becoming the richest man. I mean, 200. He's worth 342 billion. He's South African, Canadian, in the United States. Primary source of wealth is on Microsoft, Oracle. Wow, that's crazy. Oracle. Fuck Oracle. I'm an Oracle hater. Oracle's huge. I can't remember his name, but there was a Serge Tekken from System of a Down was like very wealthy. Not from like birth or something, but like he had a software company he sold. Wow, in 1987, 20 billion. Where's the first one? This is exactly created a paper wealth for some most paper wealth for some billionaires. However, once the dot-com bubble tours rich, there was 470 in the year 2000. Let's see who is. Wow, Japan. Man, Japan fucking cooked. He's a Japanese businessman during the Japanese economy bubble. Forbes. Steve Ballmer used to say Linux and GNU Project is evil. His words, when asshole he is, and then he came to the Linux after every tech company started shit talking him. Yeah, of course he talks shit about Linux because it's taking money away from Microsoft. Wow. Businessman who funded Mori Building Company. Japan cooked. Japan was cooking. They were the top billionaire. They were Yashimoto. Sam Walton. Wow. Was an American businessman. He dead now. Man, Japan cooked for a minute. They were doing. Sweden. Hans. He made his fortune from co-inheriting Tetra Park, a company founded by his father. Oh, just a large. He got his money handed to him, man. Fuck him. Wow. Mori Building Company. I don't know what this is. It's managed office building lease since 95. It focus has been okay. Private family owned KK industry real estate. Oh, it's real estate. This is just my favorite. How about multimillionaire? Where's tour? How about 8 inches and thick? The real world. Join the real world, guys. Welcome to the real world. I don't have an account. Can I not just do no login? Ba-da-da-da-dun. By Andrew Tate. My favorite rich guy is actually McAfee, the antivirus guy. Oh, him? Yeah, he was interesting. What is the real world? The real world is the ultimate all-in-one learning platform technology to make money through action, not textbook. Created by Andrew Tate. TRW aims to revolutionize. I wonder if he runs all these channels. Joking, of course. I figured. I don't know. He is an interesting guy. Step-by-step game plan. Private networking community. Connect with 100,000 people. Access to multi-millionaires. Join daily live sessions with millionaire experts and get your questions answered. Get the guidance at each step of your way. Ultimate all-in-one learning platform. One advice. How do these sites not get sued? This is your chance. If you're still unsure if the real world is for you, do this short quiz. How old are you? Under 18. What? What kind of quiz is this? Buckle up. October is here. It's not even October. 50 million for your business idea. Daddy to the moon. Yeah, this is kind of gay. -2. Who made this site? And how is this updated in 2025? But this. I wonder how insecure this site is. We obviously could never. New Era Learning, LCC, LLC. Let's see what their privacy policy is. Yeah. Operate and deliver the services you have requested, your data protection. Man, this is a lot of reading. I'm already mad. I can tell that these privacy policies are terrible. I wonder what this is made with. Probably like October. Let's see if they disabled the admin page. I would hope. No bullshit. I would consider Stefan Wolferman a very important person among the billionaires, I think. Wolferman. Oh. You know, math to programming language, MATLAB. Oh, he's a billionaire. Really? Wow. Was born in 1995. Both German and Jewish, refugees United Kingdom. Okay. Wolfman's father, Hugo, was a textile manufacturer, meaning director. Was a textile manufacturer and served as managing the director of the Lyrics company. Wolfman's mother. Oh, nice. Wolfman is married to a mathematician and have 4 children together. That's awesome. He's a businessman. He's the CEO and founder of software carrier Wolfman Research, where he works as chief designer of Mathematica and the Wolfman answer engine. Wow. Interesting. Computer expert level answers using Wolfman's breakthrough algorithm knowledge and AI technology. Is this real? Oh, it's got web apps. That's kind of cool. Chemistry. Chemistry is the study of matter. Wow. I have no idea who this is. I've never heard of him. This is very cool. Chemistry's cool. I like chemistry. I'm not good at it. Yeah, mathematician is commercial. But he managed to create Turing complete elementary cellular automaton, which would mean a universal computer sorts. Very, very hard thing to do. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. This is kind of a cool site. I should bookmark this. Oh, and they have a mobile app? That's nice. Is it open source? No GitHub? Yeah, this site's gay. Enter what you want to calculate. Enter what you want to calculate or know about. The percent Wolfman physics. Let's. I got to be careful because a lot of pseudoscience is thrown out. Stephen Wolfman's hypergraph project aims for a fundamental theory of physics. Whatever. Wolfman expressed something like this view 18 years ago in a 1,000-page Tom idea, a new kind of science, but back then his picture was still fuzzy. Now he thinks he found a more sharply focused version. Explaining, I'm thrilled to see I think I found a path to fundamental theory of physics. The core of Wolfman's approach is the notation of hypergraph in the context of like a diagrammic representation of a network. Lines connect the points, but in reality it can't be captured by wiki. Look, Dubai. Stephen Wolf theory of, he has a theory of everything. Theory of everything proposes the universe operates like a computer program governed by simple computation rules that given I think. Okay. I actually started learning programming because of stuff. That's awesome. I think his theory of everything is a little weird. I mean, no, I wouldn't say weird. It just looks like cope to me. I think personally, a lot of scientists probably would love to figure out why everything works the way it is. And the problem with this theory is there are cultures that, what if computers just never existed? It kind of dismantles it. And then you could say, well, it does exist, so it doesn't matter. It exists. I don't know. I just think a computer program he solved Lordice time dilation on a graph notation. Oh, nice. That's kind of cool. He's probably done some notable shit. There's physicists out there that have done crazy shit, and his theory of everything is kind of... Oh, these motherfuckers. The theory of everything by Wolfman gets criticized. I'm assuming people do criticize it. He's probably, like I said, he's probably solved really cool shit. The theory of everything by Wolfman gets criticized by physicists. The researcher and entrepreneur wants more recognition from the scientific world, but that's not happening right now. Last month, physicist opportunity Wolfman is claimed to have created a theory of everything. Wolfman went on and published a 448-page paper explaining his path to fundamentals. The thing is, why do you need 400 pages? If I feel like this is where the cope is of this. If you have a theory of everything, you shouldn't need 400 pages to explain it. You should be able to take your very complex ideology and put it into one page. Why not two? Why not a sentence? This is the theory of everything, guys. This is how it's done. I don't know. It's just my thought process on it. It's a very controversial. Yes, I don't agree to based on the facts of the universe of not determined. But CPU process is different. So I'm a determinist, kind of. But I'm a determinist. I'm a deterministic person. My determinism comes from a different reason. I have a different reason where it comes from. My determinism is purely non-mechanical or ontological. Like, I don't think there's a driving force. Buying Gary Payton is online is now legal. Mood. I forgot about that. Mood weed. Yeah, what the fuck? Dude, Delta 9 THC is retarded. Delta 9 is the most abundant form of THC, a cannabinoid found in plants. This THC triggers your brain to release a large amounts of dopamine feel-good chemical. When people refer to effects of THC, they're usually talking about Delta 9. Our experience of Newtonian mechanics and determinism, subatomic behavior is not deterministic. Information acts as a physical factor. Yeah, these are I don't know, like these philosophical the thing about the problem with people that are against determinism is they think like, oh, you just why be a good person? Well, be a good person because of society, not because you think that you're determined to be a bad person. Huh. I've never heard of this. Indeterminism. Changing the title to Philosophy Hour on weed. Indeterminism is the idea that events or certain events are not caused deterministically. It is the opposite of determinism related to chance. It is highly relevant to the philosophical problem of free will, particularly in the forms of metaphysical libertarianism and in science, most specifically into quantum theory and physics. Indeterminism is the belief that no event exists in the certainty and the entire outcome of anything is probabilistic. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle and the Born rule proposed by Max Born are often starting points in the support of indeterministic nature in the universe. Indeterminism, also asserted by Sir Eddington and Murray Gell-Mann. Indeterminism has been promoted by the French biologists. Interesting. Necessary but insufficient causation. Indeterminisms do not have to deny that causes exist. Instead, they can maintain that only causes that exist are a type that do not constrain in the future of a single course. For instance, they can maintain that only necessarily and not sufficient causes exist. The necessary sufficient distinction works as follows. If X is a necessary cause of Y, then the presence of Y implies that X definitely preceded it. The presence of X, however, does not imply that Y will occur. If X is significant cause of Y, then the presence of Y implies that X may have predicted it. However, the cause of Z may alternatively cause Y. Thus, the presence of Y does not imply the presence of X or Z or any other suspect. It is possible for everything to have a necessary cause, even while indeterminism holds that the future is open, because a necessary condition does not lead to a single inevitable effect. Indeterministic or probabilistic causation is proposed by possibility, such that everything has a cause. It's not clear the statement of indeterminism. Wow, very interesting, very cool. Probabilistic causation. Interpreting causation as a deterministic relation means that A causes B, then A must always be followed by B. In the sense, however, war does not always cause death, nor does a singular moment of smoking always cause cancer. As a result, may turn into a notion of probabilistic cause. Informally, a probabilistic cause B, if A's occurs, increase the probability of B. This is sometimes interpreted to reflect the imperfect knowledge of deterministic system, but other times interpret to the mean that the causal system under study has inherently indeterministic nature. Prosperity probability is an analogous idea. Analogous idea is a the observation phenomenon or measurement paradox, the possibility of functioning collapse upon information gets created on the electron moment, and direction, the state of supremacy. I constantly collapses into a singular possible of where elections can be in space. Otherwise, every possibility state has happened instantaneously. I saw this on a diffraction experiment. It is a very freaky thing, to be honest. Creeped me out for the first time I saw it. Yeah, I'm assuming there are things that scientists probably see and they're like, whoa, this is crazy. And we should never do it again. Idea according to which probabilities have an objective existence and are not just limitations to subjects' knowledge. It can be proven that realizations of any probability distribution other than uniform are mathematically equal to applying a deterministic function, namely an inverse distribution function, on a random variable following the latter, i.e., absolutely random one. The possibilities are contained in the deterministic element. A simple form of demonstrating this would be shooting randomly within a square and then deterministically interpreting a relatively large subsquare as the more problem outcome. Oh, interesting. This is very cool. I should read more about this. Not that I would probably switch my view on determinism. And I mean, Einstein's theory of relativity must have been like fucking like mind-blowing to him at the time, and he wrote that shit on one paper. You gotta be careful. There's one that I kind of There's something called biological. The term predeterminism, also frequently used in the context of biology and here hereditary, in which the case represents a form of biological determinism, sometimes it's called genetic determinism. Biological determinism is the idea that all human behaviors, beliefs, and desires are fixed on human genetic nature. You gotta be careful. That might get into like eugenics, I think is what it's called. I forget. I read all of them and I was like, many philosophers theorize determinism and frame themselves within the idea that reality falls short of a predetermined path. I think for a while, so I had when I was younger, I believed in libertarian free will. And libertarian free will is kind of weird. So this is like when I tell people I'm somewhat determined, I believe determinism, I'm somewhat deterministic. They think that it's fate, and then they attach a religion to it or me. So I realized to save myself the conversation, I generally tell people that I'm a determinism without a metaphysical causation for it, or like an ontological, not ontological, a deity. Like I have no deity. I have nothing outside of the force of my life that believes that is anything pushing my story. It's just predetermined, and my morals are generally. I don't think about it because I don't want to have a midlife crisis. I don't think about it like, oh, I ate ice cream today. I had no choice. I was always going to eat ice cream, because that would be an insane way to live. But I generally, with my viewpoint, I try to think about like what's best for society, what's best for myself, what's best for people in general, which I think is a good way to live. You know, there's something I would call I was a heavy libertarian free will. Means that all our choices are free from the deterministic constraints of human nature and free from any predetermined by God. All free will theists hold a libertarian freedom is essentially essential for moral responsibility. For if our choices is determined or caused by anything, including our own desires, for any reason, it cannot properly be called a free choice. Libertarian freedom is therefore the freedom that acts contrary to one's nature, predisposition, and greatest desires. Responsibility on this view means always that one could have done otherwise. It is kind of an interesting theory, but in my view, I think mostly people are gonna be they're going to think, to a certain degree, that they are making these choices, and it is not predetermined. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to put it into words, but it's something that I've thought about when I was very heavy. Human brain did not invoke in a way to process non-deterministic phenomenon. These things happen, but we cannot observe them in real time. It's just impossible to witness the moment. We see the aftermath, and thus we can understand non-deterministic phenomena our mind can only process. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree with that. We could always look at some. I think if this is what you're saying, like, say we make a choice, we can always go back and be like, "Oh, I could have done it this way." But you don't know that. This was most likely the reason that this happened, because this is most likely the reason that it's going to happen. I mean, it was going to happen anyways. It's hard to perceive something that you do deterministically that it was probably not. You do something and you think it's non-deterministic, and then you end up finding out, oh, it probably does happen a lot. It's a good way. I mean, the way you put it is very good. Very easy to. This stuff fucks with my brain. Oh, damn. But I have smoked enough doinks, and I've been on for the hour. I enjoyed the discussion, and I enjoyed the philosophical ideas. I like deep dives. Maybe I'll do some dark web. I'll look for some dark net sites to scour on the internet. Hopefully, not get another fucking DMCA strike. Fuck you, YouTube. Well, I didn't get a strike. Let me rephrase that. They gave me a warning. Fuck you, YouTube. And I appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate everyone else stopping by. Everyone have a good night.